Suddenly, she felt both joy and sorrow in her heart. Between hope and despair, there is a subtle line, one that can be crossed in a single moment. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. In today's edition of Manas for Manas, we will go through the Sundarkand Doha number 12, Chaupai number 1, through which we will get to understand that Janki experienced both joy as well as pain seeing the Shriram Mudrika. तव देखी मुद्रिका मनोहर राम नाम अंकित अति सुंदर चकित चितव मुद्री पहचानी हर्ष विषाद हृदय अकुलानी. There lies a very fine line between hope and despair. There is a saying, no burden ever breaks your back. What breaks your back is the way you lift it. The amount of weight you carry may determine whether you are capable of lifting it or not. But even the heaviest load will not break your back if you lift it with the right technique. Your back can break only when your method of lifting is flawed. In the same way, whether your heart holds hope or despair does not depend on your circumstances. It does not depend on whether the environment is favorable or unfavorable. Nor does it depend on how much suffering or happiness is there in your life. It depends on how your heart and mind process that particular moment, that situation, that hardship. It depends on how you integrate it in your life, how you explain it to yourself, and what feeling you cultivate towards the future. These factors determine whether hope flows into your heart or despair takes the place. Sometimes we find ourselves in a long stretch of despair, and suddenly a tiny ray of hope appears, and all our despair, anxiety, and sorrow seem to fade away. Something similar happened to Janaka's daughter when she saw Lord Ram's ring lying before her. Where she could not see her destination even in the far distance, she suddenly saw it at her very feet. Tulsidas ji says, तब देखी मुद्रिका मनोहर राम नाम अंकित अति सुंदर चकित चितव मुद्री पहचानी हर्ष विषाद हृदय अकुलानी. Then Janki beheld that heart-captivating ring. Lord Ram's name was engraved upon it, and it appeared exceedingly beautiful. When Vaidehi recognized the ring, she was utterly astonished. Suddenly, she felt both joy and sorrow in her heart. Joy because the ring, as a token and message from Shriram, had reached her. Sorrow because she still had to pass through further stages before she could reach Shriram. Meanwhile, Bajrangbali was worried in a different way, seeing Janki lost in thoughts. He thought that if Vaidehi did not trust the authenticity of the ring and cried out in fear, all the demonesses will gather and his secret would be exposed. In the Valmiki Ramayana, Sarga number 30, Shlok number 22, Marutanandan reflects, Seetaya cha krite shabde sahasa rakshasi ganaha nana praharno ghoraha sameya dant kopamaha. If Sita were to speak aloud here, all the demonesses will instantly assemble, holding dreadful weapons in their hands, like those borne by Yama, the god of death. Hanuman, carefully observed Sita's reaction. When Janaki first looked at the ring and felt joy, Hanuman too was delighted, thinking that his effort was succeeding and that he could now be able to deliver his message to Mother Sita with ease. But when sorrow suddenly appeared on her face, Bajrangbali became anxious, fearing that Janaki might react in a way that would attract the attention of the attendants and reveal his disguise. So what lesson do we learn from today's Chaupai? Between hope and despair, there is a subtle line, one that can be crossed in a single moment. Baba's Brahmagyan today is dedicated to hopeful people. The difference between happiness and hope is this. Happiness arises from present comforts and present experiences, whereas hope arises from experiences and possibilities that belong to the future, or that exist in the present but have the power to shape the future. For example, consider this excitement in Agra when the metro train trial began. Their enthusiasm reveals their belief that their future is about to become brighter because of this one metro train. जीवन का निष्कर्ष है, मन में भरता हर्ष है, सबके लिए आदर्श है, नर हो या हो नारी। तो बोलो मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी, द्रबहु सुदशरथ अजिर बिहारी।